Hello, 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 and welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. Uh, so now is a very awkward situation, yes? I have Nukumoro, who I should really continue, and Stabsprig, who I need to get back to. But yesterday I did a run with a mummy necromancer, and rather than it failing horribly like I thought, it did really, 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 really well, actually. I got a little bit lucky, I know, but not like a ton lucky. Or didn't I? Or I don't know. I feel like I gotta try this again, and without spooky, scary skeletons running in the background. That's my thing right now. My contention is that spooky, scary skeletons gave me good luck. So we'll see. This is gonna be called what's a good name for a mummy necromancer? I guess I wouldn't know. Death pillar. Well, no, they're not. Okay, I think death on a stick. The thing about mummies is they used to be. I'm pretty sure they used to have slow and fire vulnerability, but if you look here, they have fire vulnerability, but it does not look like they have slow. Your movement speed is average. So maybe that alone would vastly increase their viability in my mind at least. I don't know if it actually makes a difference or not. Okay, let's start poking around the dungeon. There we go. Definitely animate skeleton. There we go. So this is the thing I did with the Necromancer yesterday that worked so well. I opened with Pain, which is just by itself a very powerful level 1 spell, especially if you don't suffer pain back. And then I followed it up with Animate Skeleton so that I had an army of minions following me. I used those minions to kill the undead that I would cross until I got better tools to do that with. And yeah. Dagger of Protection. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dag. Excellent. So I'm going to go from AC2 to AC7. Good times. Rip out goblin skeletons. Nothing. Vampiric Draining is the next step in this ladder, and then Animate Dead eventually. I would say that you could skip Animate Dead and go straight to Vampiric Draining, but the truth is you can't. You're a mummy. The challenge of getting enough spell accuracy to make things happen, pretty high. Not to mention, you're not going to have the kind of mana you need for a while to be able to casually animate dead. There we go. Beautiful. That's the other thing. Waiting till level 4 to be able to animate dead prevents me from getting this kind of spooky, scary skeletal army going. And you need the spooky, scary skeletal army because you can't heal with pots. You can't reliably get an evade or anything off since you don't have an early game scroll or a blink. You need these guys to handle an emergency situation. Like, I don't know, Sigmund on level 2. It's also nice not to be slow. Perma-slowed, I mean. Curious what that is. Sword of Draining, Dagger of Protection. Excellent. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. Intelligence only. You're too dumb and too slow stat gaining to try anything else. Vamp draining is an option. I think I have to take vampiric draining, and soon. So we're gonna take it now, but it's honestly not gonna pay off for a while. So far, this has been a pretty convenient level 1. There's been very, very few enemies that I can. Oh wow, and a +2 ring of protection. That's a decent early ring. But yeah, I've hit level 3 and I haven't seen a single unique or anything, and I'm still on floor 1. That's convenient. On the flip side, that string of jackals I faced would have been much harder if I had been using magic dart instead of pain. Pain with no drawback at level 1 is very cool. You can't hit undead with it, which is bad, and it's like the only thing that is bad about it. There we go. There we go. Excellent. So now we're on level 2. This is the other thing. Every time you enter a new floor, you have to start over on building a skeletal army. So your power level drops significantly. So you need to be willing to double dip, triple dip, play slow, etc. You don't want to get caught out in a situation where your mummy just dies. There we go. Pull them out, pull them out. Try a scroll. It is an ID scroll. What's ID? Okay, Ring of Fire is good for me. It removes my fire vulnerability. Removes my cold strength, but I'm okay with that in favor of not having a vulnerability. It's not the most important thing in the world to be walking around with, because hopefully most of the time I'm about to take fire damage I'll know, and I'll swap it on. But the thing is, at least one enemy who's very common early on can deal fire damage, and you don't expect it. I'm guessing you don't know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the orc wizard. They often have fire in their opening spellbook. Great. Alright, and now we are in good shape. Crazy Youth is here. I can't kill Crazy Youth probably with 6 pain bolts and retreat. But what I can do is tank him with an arbitrarily large number of skeletons, enough to regenerate as much pain as I need to keep hitting him with pain. Oh wow, see? His random chaos staff happened to roll uh fire. Without the ring of fire on, I'd be dead right now. Alright, Crazy Youth is still following us. I got off as much damage as I realistically could. This is gonna be bad. Nope, dead. I got whacked, what, 4 times with a quarterstaff of chaos. That's bad. I could have immediately ran away after being burned. I didn't have to stand and fight him. I wanted the damn cloak. Okay, so that's one of the limitations of how good pain is. And that's the other thing. I didn't read all my ID scrolls. I should have read all my ID scrolls. There's no reason to not identify all my because I don't have to ID potions. Let's try this again. bandage domination. Well, if it's opening with giving me a sling of flaming and then 15 stones, I think I owe it to myself to at least avail myself of the ability to whip stones at things. So far, so good. Alright, we got the bats back. Yeah, I definitely could have survived last game if I had correctly identified how much of a death threat you presented to me. I wasn't in a position to start vampiric draining him quite yet because I had no mana. This is a much more typical opening where you don't hit level 3 off of just floor 1 with no power. Okay, see, this is the other thing. Just because I can't bring my army with me doesn't mean I can't retreat to my army in a pinch. Okay, good. Where the shit is a jackal? There it is. That was awesome. I had no right to get all of those kills. Half of them and then a retreat maybe, but not all of them. Very satisfying. We're going to actually trickle into spellcasting, see if we can't get that 6 up to 9 or something. A little bit more mana would do me worlds of good. Back off. I don't care if I lose my entire army. I just don't want to get hit by those gnolls. There we go. There's no harm in memorizing the vampiric draining. If I don't use it, I still have the option. That's more than I would otherwise have. Damn it. This is a bad position to fight these guys in, but I want to kill at least one of them. One of them down makes a huge difference. There we go. Boom. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, next floor. I'm seriously torn about picking Dithmengos, or Dithmenos as a mummy. On the one hand, reducing the range at which other people can see me is hugely helpful, especially since I'm going to be taking abilities down the road that are going to prefer melee combat like vampiric draining for the middle game. On the other hand, gaining channeling mana with Sif MuNe is the only reason I survived last game. Or game before last game. Yeah, we're gonna hold out on Sif again. If I can hit another level up, I'll be at 9 mana. 9 mana, I'll start feeling a little bit better about my mana capacity. A little. Also, I'm starting to suspect that my secret super ability is the ability to suppress the existence of uniques, because in my fail wizard runs I encountered several of them, but so thus far I don't think I've seen a single unique or ghost since I started playing mummies. Bam. Bam. Let's check 2 scrolls. Noise. ID. I think we actually ID Flame in this situation just to maximize the value of that wand. Scroll of Telly, excellent. That might just buy me an extra life. So burning through all my ID scrolls was worth it. Excellent. Now that I have the remove curse, I can try the ring, and the ring removes fire vulnerability. Excellent! That all worked out really nicely. Still want more weapons. So I gotta say, I'm used to seeing several ruined weapons on every floor. That just doesn't seem to be the case, at least in this run, but in general, I'm not seeing something. Shit. I have no means of dealing with that skelly bones right now. Disto dagger. Huh. I equip that, I might never unequip it again. And I do definitely suspect I'll get a better weapon at some point. Alright, we're gonna pull him out. I don't want to fight more things than him, and then we're gonna drain him once. There we go. Excellent. No. Why did I think I had a new growth scroll? I wasted an ID scroll on a weapon I'm not likely to use. Shit. So here's the scroll that I don't get to keep. Fear, which again could have saved my life in a different situation. Gotta remember, when playing a mummy, you do not have potions. When you don't have potions, you can't necessarily do the same things you could otherwise. I want to build up towards control undead. It's probably not going to be enough, but you gotta think about it. Let's actually go to the next floor. The longer I stay here, the more likely I am to aggro the giant frog that can't be touched by my spells. Excellent. Here we go. 2 non-drainable, 3 non-drainable enemies, only 1 or 2 of which can be lured into my chain gang. Ooh. Ooh. Probably never going to use this blowgun, but I'll carry it. The thing is, any enemy that's vulnerable to this is also probably vulnerable to pain, and pain is just going to hurt way more. Wow. One shot by the ogre. I walked a step too far out of line away from the stairs, I guess. Alright, I am once more convinced that mummies are not all the shit that I thought they were. I just got lucky with my last one. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.